Welcome to Charlestown today's first practice between Charlestown City Blues and the Newcastle Academy. Charlestown overload and non-smoking front gate. There is full barbecue and facilities available, alcohol-free zones. Representing the Charlestown City Blues today, number 1, Benny Island, number 2, Tommy Smart, number 3, Cameron Delaney, number 4, Liver Moslin, number 6, the captain Matthew Thomas, number 8, Daniel Miners, number 9, Lee Jones, number 11, Ryan Ferguson, number 4, Terry Richardson, number 13, Scott Smith, number 14, Kevin Davidson, number 18, Carl Lewis, number 16, Messiah Sakamoto, number 15, Jared Purcell. Representing the Newcastle Academy today, number 14, Solomon Macari, number 7, Justice O'Connor, number 8, Jackson Brenda, number 10, Jared Seeger, Marlon, 5, Captain Kieran Hayes, number 6, Jack Simmons, number 20, Chris Mitchell, number 9, Ben Garrison, 17, Clyde Costello, 3, Thomas Beecham, number 2, Ryan Whitbrew, number 1, John James, number 12, Adam Fox, and number 16, Jason O'Leary, number 11, Brendan Knowles. All left to both sides.
Hello and welcome to Lyalcar Oval, the home of the Charlestown City Blues, for Bar TV's coverage of the NPL Northern New South Wales and this match between the Blues and the Newcastle Jets Youth Academy. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed today's match and broadcast, which should be a great game. It's not too windy down here at Lyalcar Oval. The sun has faded a little bit. Clouds have come across, but still great conditions for today's football. And as I said, a Charlestown team there, they were ones at the start of this round, they were equal at the top with 3 other sides, or 2 other sides. They were the third team, Broommeadow Magic and Edgeworth. And after Edgeworth's victory yesterday, they'll be fighting to get back up to the top again, equal top. Depending on goal difference as well, they could take top spot if results go their way, but we'll have to see. They'll have to beat a Newcastle Jets youth team who is very, very enthusiastic, you would think, considering their performance at the Hong Kong Sevens recently, where they won the main plate, doing us proud here at Newcastle. And they had a bit of a staggered start of the season, a few good wins, and then also a few losses now. They're a bit out of form, but as I said, coming off that great main plate victory. So strap yourselves in. It should be a brilliant game as the teams swap over. Charlestown will be running left to right on your screens. The Newcastle Jets in the dark blue. Charlestown, the home side, in the white and sky blue. They'll be kicking off as well. And just before they do, I will run through the lineups for you, starting with the home side, Charlestown City. In goals, number 1, Danny Ireland. Number 2, Tom Smart. Number 3, Cameron Saluni. Number 4, Lubo Milicevic. Number 6, and the captain, Matt Tull. Number 8 is Daniel Miners. Number 19 is Daniel Lehman. Number 11 is Reen Ferguson. Number 13 is Scott Smith. Number 14 is Kevin Davison. Number 9 is Cal Lewis. And on the bench for them, number 16 is Messiah Sakamoto. Number 12, Hay Richardson. Number 9, Aidan Gardner. I think there's made a mistake on the team sheet here. 2 number 9s. But number 15, Jared Purcell. And number 20, Joe Delbridge. As the Newcastle Jets kick off. Going to play it out wide. Knocks it back, and just as the Jets have the ball, I'll run you through their lineup as well. In goals for them, Noah James, number 1, and number 14, Solomon Vaika. Number 7, Joseph O'Connor. Number 8, Jackson Frendo. Number 10 is Petratos. Number 5 is Kieran Hayes. He's captaining the side today. Number 6, Jack Simmons. Number 9, Kent Harrison. Number 3 is Thomas Beecham. Number 2, Ryan Goodhue. He's coming down the outside now. He crosses it in, and it's going to be disposed away by Goodhue there, I just talked about. And Scott Smith has a shot. It is blocked early on. Charlestown with a chance to start off with. They're going to get a corner kick just to finish off the bench for the Newcastle Jets. Number 20 is Tristan Esquilante. Number 17 is Cal Tapaldo. Number 12, Caleb Cox. And number 16 is Josh Corelli. Captain Matt Tull on the corner here. He crosses it in, and it's going to be headed away, though. Ken Harrison successfully keeps the ball, and he's just going to knock it down the field, give his side a bit of space. Coming out to it now is Danny Ireland. He's going to take his time with it. Davison now. Davison knocks it down. Vaika now. He's going to go across over to the number 3 there. Petratos, he gets tackled down there. He's almost had the ball. It looks like, oh, the ref's going to call it back now for a free kick, so there's no advantage. The foul there on Danny Lehman. But interesting fact as well, just looking through the team sheet, they have the amount of Daniels that are actually on the Charlestown City Blues team. As goes to Lehman now. Lehman's a bit of a poor touch, and it goes out. Is looking for Saluni there. And Brennan Knowles, he's going to throw it into Frendo. Frendo gives it back to Knowles. Knowles tries to find Frendo again. He does find him in the end. Oh, and a big crunching tackle there. He's going to say play on there from tackle from Daniel Miners. Cross over now to Goodhue. Goodhue back into the middle to Simmons. And then Goodhue's going to win himself a throw-in over there. Frendo with the ball, knocks it back now to Vaika. Vaika trying to keep it, does so successfully. He's going to get forward now with it. Go out wide. Can he get a cross in? He's going to go onto his left foot. It's going to be cleared away by Daniel Miners. It's going to stay in though, is it? It does. And it's just knocked straight back down again to Beecham. Beecham gives it to Frendo. Frendo is going to take his time back to Beecham. Beecham comes across to Vaika. Vaika finds Simmons' foot, and he just keeping the ball, the Jets at the moment at the back. Beecham is going to knock it long now. Found Kieran Hayes, the captain, but no avail, going over the goal line instead. Charlestown, as I said, they're near the top of the table at the moment. If we win today, if results go their way with Magic as well, they could be clear at the top of the table. The goal kick from Danny Ireland is going to find the sideline. Charlestown, as I said, coming off the bye. They've only won one game from their past 4. And that's after winning the first 4 matches of the season. The only club in the competition as well that hasn't dropped a point at home yet. They're perfect at home here at Lyle Carr Oval so far. And the coach, David Chancheski, will be very much hoping to keep that perfect streak going. The ball gets knocked over to Brendan Knowles now down the left side of the screen. And Petrados gets a little flick to Knowles but doesn't find him. And Scott Smith now, he tries to get it over the top there. Can't though. And Vayika trying to keep the ball. It's going to be deemed that he went into the back of there, I think, of Daniel Miners. Daniel Miners, a former Valentine Phoenix man last year, was at the Eagles, the Edgeworth Eagles, the season before though. Only spent 1 year at Valentine. Made his way over to Charlestown, as intercepted there by Petrados, and a bit of a heavy touch though, and he can't keep it in. Had a bit of a space there, but he's wasted instead. Lehman with the ball off the throw in and taken away coolly by Simmons, and down the outside now he's bit of a ping pong pin, and Lubo just keeps the control. Tries to get a toe in, but it goes to Frendo instead, and he now gets it out to Beecham. Beecham finds the feet of Hayes. Hayes misses it, but Petrados gets it. It goes out wide now. Cuts it back in, and it's almost a goal there. A great save, almost a reflex save by Danny Ireland. Not sure who it was that got the shot away. Might have been Joseph O'Connor, Newcastle Jets forward. Either him or Kent Harrison, but nevertheless, it's Danny Ireland just chucked a hand in front of it. Not sure if it was even a hand, might have been a shoulder. Chucked it in front of it, and he's kept the Jets youth at bay momentarily. No, back down to Noah Jamesy. Bit of a hard one to control, and it's going to make them inside to Tull, and Tull gets it to Miners. Miners holding off Petrados now. Gets it over to Tommy Smart over there, and he finds, he screamed out with anger, but he found Scott Smith anyway. He's going to find the hands of Danny Ireland. He's going to leave it for a goal kick. Well, Charlestown, they sit in at 3rd at the moment. They've scored 16 goals, 10 against them. The Jets youth, on the other hand, they sit in 8th. 14 goals for, 17 against. And like I said, they had a few good wins, but haven't been consistent enough to be able to retain a spot in the top half of the table. Milicevic just gets a header down, and it's going to find him there. He gets away, Reen to Scott Smith. He's got a chance here. He goes with the left foot, saved though by Noah James. Reen Ferguson, just a little flick over the top there. Finding Scott Smith, one of the elite goal scorers of the competition so far. He's got 7 goals. He's an equal 3rd in the league. And he's coming up against Kent Harrison as well for the Newcastle Jets youth, who scored 6 goals and he's 5th in the league. As the corner comes in, and it's going to find no head really. It's sitting in the box. Scott Smith still with it. He tries to keep it, but it's finally cleared by Vayika, and Harrison trying to get away from the defence there. Couldn't. Davison knocked him, and he's got the ball now, that man, Davison. He trying to keep the ball, finds Milicevic in the middle. Miners with the ball now. He goes back to Milicevic, but it's a poor pass, and Ken Harrison, bit of space now for the Jets youth. O'Connor with the ball. He gets out to Simmons. Simmons is going to play back to Frendo now. Frendo, poor touch there, but he makes up for it, keeps the ball. Open to Petrados there, and he gets a little ball into O'Connor. He's going to cut it back, and it's going to find Kieran Hayes, but looks like his shot was deflected there on that volley. They're getting in behind them on that left edge of Charlestown's. It's the second time that O'Connor, I think, has got across it. I think he actually shot the first one, but it's the second time down that left-hand side, the far side of your screen, that the Jets youth have been able to get in behind Charlestown, and that ball that's cut across the goals. Been dangerous so far. As the corner comes in, and I think they hit 2 Jets' heads then, and yet referee is going to call a goal kick. Danny Island with it now, the former Olympic goalkeeper. 3 former Olympic players that went to Azuri in the off-season, one of those being Kane Goodchild, who's been out with injury though, hasn't played only I think 3 games for the Blues before this goal kick skews over to their far side, but perfect for Ian Ferguson, but he tries to get a ball in, he's going to deflect it, and just getting forward again, finds Petrados, great ball there, Petrados, and he can't evade a sliding tackle there from Smart. For someone to throw it into, and once Hayes gives it back to Petrados. Petrados going to find Fendo. Fendo, a little dink over the top there to Goodhue. Goodhue's got some space on his hands. He cuts it back to Petrados. A little flick over, but it's going to be nothing again. And again, down that left-hand side of Tom Smart and Lubo Milicevic. Jets youth are getting in behind them, causing them a bit of mischief down there. Bit of panic for Charlestown, but they're still 0-0. The other results here from today's game, the Jets youth winning both those games in the under-18s, under-20s. Won the 18s 2-1 and the under-20s 1-0. So had the potential to come here to Lower Car and take a full 9 points away from the Charlestown team. As Noah James just narrowly gets that away, and Knowles with the ball. Vaika's got a bit of pressure on him, and he goes in the middle to absolutely no one. Tarlin with the ball now. Cal Lewis. He's a little flick, but knocked away. O'Connor there to Ken Harrison. He's not quick enough, though, and he's knocked down the field again. He's fought for a free kick, and he's got one. The captain, Matt Tull. A few Jets youth fans and supporters in front of me that didn't agree with that, but it's going to be a free kick nonetheless. It's Saluni on the free kick here. Just a 2-man wall. Plenty of bodies in the box, and he gets it over now towards the back stick, and it's going to find, I think it was Milisevic's head. Might have been a head clash, actually. I think it was Ravine Ferguson still on the ground inside the box, but the ball's gone down the other end of the field, and Petrados has got a touch there, and the referee's going to deem that Tom Smart got him a bit late on that one. An interesting stat to see for both these teams. So I talked about the goal scorers. Kent Harrison getting 6 for the Jets youth, and Smith getting 7 for Charlestown, and there's not many other scorers for the for either side in terms of multiple goals. There's Brendan Knowles now going to cross it in, but Milicevic takes care of it. He's still got the ball, and he's just going to hit it to Looney, I think it is, and he knocks it down. Vaika intercepts it though, and a Charlestown throw in though. Instead, I was saying about the goal scorers that both these sides don't exactly have many multiple goal scorers in terms of goal scorers who've scored more than 1 goal, 2 goals. Free kick there to Joseph O'Connor. Kai Tapaldo, he's one of the guys for Jets youth that have scored multiple goals. He's got 3. Cal Lewis has got 2 for Charlestown. That's the next highest for each team, so it shows you the threat that both Kent Harrison and Scott Smith are for their respective sides. There's Brendan Knowles with the ball now. He finds a feet of O'Connor. O'Connor just going to stand him up and finds Petrados. Petrados, easy ball back to Vaika. Vaika, almost made a meal of it, but quick touches there. Simmons to O'Connor now. O'Connor. I was going to say looking for a goal. He slipped over instead. Skewed it wide, but again, Jets youth making the chances. That's about 4 or 5 opportunities now, half opportunities, They did have that one good one in the first, I think, 5 minutes or so, where great save from Danny Ireland was the only thing that kept them out. He knocks it down the field, just a bit over halfway. Two headers, and it finds the foot of Petrados, and Petrados is going to knock it out wide to Knowles here. Knowles is going to keep it wide to O'Connor. And he's going to knock it back though to Vaika. He's looking to switch, as he know. He turns his back and he comes back in the middle again. And poor pass from Simmons, but Vaika's going to take care of it. He's going to get him a little bit. He's still going, Vaika. He's with the ball, and I think O'Connor was got in his way then. And Charlestown sees control, but Hayes now probably could have just controlled that. Instead, knocks it and was called of offside by the fans there, but it didn't matter anyway because he never got the ball over there, Ferguson. And tries a 360 there. Jackson Frendo gets himself a free kick. The last two, slipped over there. And a chance here could be is Scott Smith. He's in behind. He's got one-on-one. He puts it over the top. I'm not sure if that was over or wide, but either way, it was wide high, not very handsome. Missing a clear-cut opportunities, and you would expect some of his calibre to be finishing those ones. He'll be very dirty with himself about that missed chance. You can see he's shaking his head. He's not happy with it. And the Jets youth, the let off there, really a mistake off the free kick. It just slipped over, and field is a bit torn up here from the two previous games. May have been a contributing factor to that slip over. I think it was by Beecham. Nonetheless, both sides missing chances. It is still 0-0 here. Now Minus is going to find Smith again. Smith with it, just going to play that wide to Lewis. Lewis has got a bit of space on his hands, and he's going to try and get it to the outside. And instead, Beecham's going to win it, and he's going to get it to Hayes, and Hayes just got some time to play back to Goodhue now, and Goodhue goes back to his keeper, Noah James. And I was saying before, the opportunity to Charlestown was the last time these two teams faced off in 2017. The Jets youth were beaten both times, quite convincingly as well, 4-1 and 4-0. And they visited Lolco Oval last year. They did beat them though in 2016 4-0. They lost the first game 5-2. And they won 4-0. So high score lines, I guess you could say, when these two teams face off. Could be another one again. They've had some opportunities, and a little 1-2 going astray there, the Jets youth, and call of handball, and I was going to say yes it was from Danny Lehman there, and Knowles keen to get it going quickly. Yes, it's just Simmons. Simmons now with a little dink over the top, looking for Harrison. He finds, no he doesn't. Cleared away by Davison there from Charlestown, but they do get the corner, the Jets youth. Last few games for the Jets, they haven't got any results as a cross comes in and it's taken by Danny Ireland. They haven't had many wins in their last few games. The Jets youth actually lost their last 3 games against Western, Broadmeadow and the Jaffers. Like I said, they had a good showing at the Hong Kong Sevens. They'll be full of confidence after winning the main plate there. There's Noah James just taking his time with it. He gives it over to Beecham there, and he's going to come back to James again. Charlestown just allowing them to play with it at the back here. Just holding their structures. Making Scott Smith do all the running back and forth between Vaika and Beecham. Vaika now gets it out wide to Knowles, but instead it's nicked away by Charlestown. Throw in Jets though. In the bottom left corner of the screen is O'Connor with it. He's going to try and cross it. He slips over again. A few guys slipping over in this game. It's Lehman Can't keep it in. That pitch might be a bit more dewy than it seems on the screen. A lot of players are losing their balance at the moment as the ref calls a free kick down there in the corner. On Brendan Knowles it was. And it's an easy out for Charlestown now out of their own end. Last time I called the Jets youth game against the Western Bears with my good friend Saxon. We discussed the high level of A-League players, the high number of A-League players that were A-League experienced players to be playing in the NPL this year, as Davison tried to keep it down the outside. Kent Harrison just keeping him there, though he does win it. And can he just get it 3-2, and O'Connor gets it, nicks it away. Petrados with the ball now. Can he keep it? And the ref is going to say no advantage then. He's going to come back to an earlier foul. 3 players that have played at the A-League level that are part of the Jets youth squad, though. Costa Petrados, Angus Thurgate and Mario Chabau. None of them are playing today. As Cal Lewis wins the ball there for Charlestown and goes out to Ferguson. Ferguson's got some space. He gets it back to Cal Lewis now. Cal Lewis keeping the ball. Oh, and a strong challenge there by Vajeka. Ref says it's okay, and Vajeka continues with it. He's beaten 2 now. And a foul afterwards as well. Ref's going to say play on, though, for Petrados. Playing advantage. Petrados just keeping the ball. There's a bit of space there early on, but the Charlestown Blues have got behind the ball. And it does seem as though the Jets are dictating the pace of the game at the moment to what they want, which is quite unlike Charlestown, considering their performances in recent weeks and so far this season. As Charles with the ball now. Oh, hits it with his left foot, but it's going to be blocked and a throw in. Charlestown, the referee's going to come back for a yellow card. Gives it to the captain, I believe, Matthew Tull, of that challenge on Vajeka in the middle of the park early on. Don't often see that. Sometimes referees forget who made the foul. Not here, though. Good refereeing to be able to remember and keep that in mind. Come back to. Charlestown win themselves a throw-in to Lehman, and the referee's going to say that throw-in didn't even go in. Which you also don't often see at the NPL level. Brendan Knowles, a bit of a heading battle at the moment. Petrados gets the ball down at his feet, though, and he's still got the ball. He's got a bit of space on his hands, hits it with his right foot. I think he's maybe looking for a pass, but it's blocked instead. Fendo with it now. Tries to go out wide. Veen Ferguson gets it from under, though. He keeps it. Petrados with it again. His little toe into O'Connor. O'Connor looking Hayes, I think it was. No, it might have been Fendo. And Lehman now with the ball. And Lehman tries to roll it back and instead rolls it out. And the Jets youth coach, Labano Halidi, that Jets fans will know and love. Played over 100 games for the Newcastle Jets. Down there on the sideline, as well as the Western Sydney Wanderers. Brendan Knowles with it, and he finds Petrados' feet, gets it back, and it's got a bit of pressure on him, and he can't keep it. It was Lehman who did a bit of a handstand over the top of him. Tries to knock it out by Cal Lewis. He gets it going wide. Tom Smart with a lot of space on his hands now. Getting at them, goes to Veen Ferguson down the wing. He's just outside the 18-yard box there. He's going to give it back to Smart. Smart with the ball in the middle to Smith. It's going to go back stick to Tull. Tull and back onto the back stick, but no one was there. Not sure if he was looking for the cross, he was looking for the goal, but instead it was cleared away by the Jets youth. Ferguson's got in the corner. He's just looking for a left foot cross and gets it, but it's going to get blocked, and they're going to win a corner though. I was saying before, Labino Halili, not a bad man to be learning off the Jets youth players. Someone who's wasn't exactly a star at the A-League level, but to play over 140 games, although I believe in the A-League, is quite remarkable. As a cross comes in, it's a low one for the front stick, but it's cleared away by Goodhue. Charlestown will get another throw in. Tull gives it to Miners. Miners has some space on his hands, looking for the cross, and he gets it to Lehman. Lehman chests it down, keeps the ball, well done. Still got it. Is it just Looney? Looney going to give it back to Lehman. Lehman's going to go into the box, but instead it's going to be eaten up by Noah James, even though I think that was Ferguson over there. He gave him a bit of a bump on the way through, but doesn't matter. Kieran Hayes with the ball now. Fendo back to Goodhue, and another slip there from Beecham. He's wanting to change his studs or something. There's Noah James tries to find Knowles, but he's going to go out instead. Beecham slipping over again at a pretty crucial point. Not sure what studs he's got, but might need replacing either at half-time or after this game if he's got some more. Daniel Miners getting knocked off the ball there by Fendo, but the referee deemed that it was a legal knockoff. Sweeney looking for the quick one. Does find the quick one to Tull. Tull goes over the top to Lehman. Can he keep it in? He can. It's a bit of a juggle, and then on his juggle he kicked it out. Talked about the impressive Charlestown home record so far this season, 4 from 4, quite impressive. And the last time they lost a home game was obviously last year in round 19 against the Edgy Eagles. It's been some time since a tasted defeat here at Lyle Carr Oval, as Fendo just says, let's get rid of it, too much pressure down here, and he knocks it down the other side of the field. Tom Smart with it, and he had a bit of a duffed kick, and Hayes keeps it in. No, he can't. Would have had a lot of space on his hands if he had kept it in. Ferguson, he's got down there again, looking for that left foot cross. Finds it again, and it's going to get blocked again. It's going to be a corner once again for Charlestown. Captain comes over, Matt Tull. And it's running or walking, power walking, I could say, into the box. Lubo Milicevic, the former Newcastle Jets man, played overseas in Europe. And they find his head. It goes up. Noah James, good keeping there. He didn't catch it on the full, but made sure it stayed in his hands afterwards. He's going to take his time with it, rolls it to the ground, and goes out to Vajeka. Obviously, Lubo Milicevic is a lot we'll know over social media, quite active. Quite a big personality and character of our NPL this season, which is great to have him in here. Brings a lot to this Charlestown team as well, though. The defence has really been short up since his arrival, as the ball can't get kept in by Kent Harrison over there. It's going to be a goal kick for Charlestown. It's quite astounding as well, the number of former A-League and European players that have played over in Europe we have in the NPL this season now. It's been growing and growing, and like I said about the Newcastle Jets youth, they've got some players that have had A-League experience now, and the ball's won there by Fendo, but just knocked down by Vajeka. O'Connor, can he get the ball first? No, he can't. Davison now clears it down the field, and Vajeka, ball touch goes up in the air. Scott Smith almost wins it, does win it. Daniel Miners gets it, or tries an outside of the foot pass, but it goes to Vajeka instead. They're going to start again, as they have looked to do most of this game, to be honest, finding defeated Noah James and trying to reset. As he knocks it down, Milicevic, that man I was talking about before, heads it over to Smart. Daniel Miners with the ball now. On that far side of the field. Liam Ferguson was knocked after he passed that. He was on the ground for a little bit. He's getting back up. Smith with it. Tull with it now. He's just going to get rid of it. Down over to the side of Lehman and Brendan Knowles. And Bit of a challenge there, and Noz came down hard. Might have hurt him. He's going to get back. Lehman crosses it in, though, and cleared away by Goodhue there. Like I was saying, many A-League names in the NPL now. You just have to look at teams like Broadmeadow Magic, James Virgili, Mitch Oxbow now. Lambton Jaffers, they've got Newcastle Jets legends at the club. Joe Wheelhouse and the Griffiths brothers. Matt Thompson for Maitland. They're spread out all throughout the NPL, and it's great to see as ball's whipped in by Tull, and it's going to find a Newcastle Jets head, I think. Green Ferguson looked like he might have won that header. He was going to until the header, I think it was Frendo, might have nicked it away. And now they're going to make Matt Tull run across the other side of the field to take a corner. He's going to get tired just from running from corner to corner at the moment. He gets it in, and it's in the head of Lehman, I think, but to no avail as cleared away by Beecham. Sends it down. The backs will get out now, and they can push up and squeeze the space of Charlestown City as the ball now Saluni. Saluni, trying to get past Hayes. Hayes got a toe in. He's going to make him... did he win that ball? He did, but it's going to be a throw into Charlestown. Goes to Tull. Tull just flicks it over the top to Smith. Smith wins it. And Lehman goes wide now to Smart. Smart has a lot of space. He's going to give it to Reen Ferguson. Reen Ferguson to Lewis. Lewis now over to Smart. Smart back to Lewis. Lewis just a little flick now to Scott Smith, I believe, with the left foot. I think it hit Cal Lewis. Referee's got his flag up for offside, but play on instead. Another slip there in the middle of the park. This time it's not disastrous, though, as Simmons cleaned it up, but lots of slipping over so far in this game. Key moments as well in that final third for the Newcastle Jets youth. Tommy Smart too strong over there. He wins the ball, and Beecham tries to get into the box. Hayes with a little flick on the ball's up into the box, and Kent Harrison can't bring it down there. Fendo with it. Fendo's going to go for a shot. It's gone to Ken Harrison instead, and he's put it in the back of the net, but the referee is going to say that was offside. The linesman had the flag up. I think it was a missed kick by Jackson Frendo, but instead of the offside, they're going to come back to a free kick on Frendo. So referee, I think, would have looked to play at advantage, but had it, obviously it was offside, so we're going to come back now to the free kick. Just outside the box, and number 10, Petratos, going to stand up behind it. Yes, Marcus Petratos. And if he's anything like the other two Petratos brothers, it was going to be a great free kick as he hits it straight into the wall, though. And Charlestown just going to keep it now. And then Milicevic, he's up real far. He's going to continue going up as the ball goes out wide to Cal Lewis with it. Lewis going to go out to Ferguson, I think it is out there. Crosses it in. It was cleared away by Vaika. It wasn't Ferguson, actually. It was Smith. O'Connor now. He's got some space on his hands. He finds Petratos. Petratos back to Simmons. And Simmons looks for Hayes. Hayes gets a head on it. Knowles with the ball now. Finds Fendo. He's also got some space in here. He's going to knock it back to the other side now. O'Connor with it. O'Connor looking for someone to give it to. Finds Petratos. Petratos didn't know he had Miners behind him and dribbled straight back into him. Cal Lewis with the ball now, and he seemed like he made a bit of a mistake. The mistake almost helped him. Sent the Jets youth defenders the other way as a little cross in looking for Cal Lewis from Scott Smith, and finds Noah James instead, though. Cal Lewis was obviously an integral part of that Cooks Hill United side that won the Northern League 1 competition last season, the Premier's champions. Now he's found his home back in the NPL once again. Previous Lambton Jaffers and Woodman Magic man. Now at Charlestown, and he's had a pretty good start to the season, pretty good return back to the NPL so far. Fayeka just keeps that one in. Now looking for a man to pass it to, and he goes up instead, but a bit of a hopeful ball up there. And goes up strong though, wins the header on over Scott Smith. Down Beecham looking for Harrison, but finds the big Milicevic instead, and he loses the ball though, and referee's going to say you clipped him a little bit there when you were trying to get the ball. Quick free kick again by the Jets. Simmons finds back to Vayeka. Vayeka is going to look to switch it. No. Decides not to. Goes back to Simmons. Simmons, he heads it back into the middle as well to Fendo now. Fendo looking for a ball into the box, and instead it's cleared away. There was calls of handball. Referee waves him away though. I think it was on Davison there. Jets again just dictating the pace once again. Just as I say that, he loses the ball, Kieran Hayes. Danny Olin clears it down the field. Ferguson jumps onto it, gets it back to Tull. Tull comes out to Lewis. Lewis has got some space on his hands. He's going to take up the space, and he goes to Lehman, but Lehman can't keep it. That's why he clips it out for a throw-in. Still 0-0 here between Charlestown City and the Newcastle Jets youth. Hope you're enjoying it watching on Bar TV. The NPL Northern New South Wales as Kieran Hayes gets a long ball over to Harrison, but Harrison can't get there. Danny Allen takes it instead and throws it outside the box now. Knocks it down to find Ferguson. Can he find him? He does. Ferguson clips it on, but there's no runners in behind him. Seemed a bit bemused by that as well. Like he thought there was someone behind him, but nobody there. Beecham goes out to Vayeka. Where's Vayeka going to go? He's going to take on Lewis instead. Still taking him on. He's lost the ball now though. Lewis keeping the ball in, but he found Fendo. Can Fendo keep it? He does. Goes all the way back to Noah James again. Not afraid to go back to their keeper here, the Newcastle Jets youth, which is good to see. They're keeping the ball. And now they're going to hit it long to O'Connor, but finds Tommy Smart instead. Smart takes him on now in the middle of the field, and he gets a little bit of a push in the back. And the referee's going to say that's worthy of a yellow card. Gives it to Joseph O'Connor, so that's the second yellow card now given out this game. The first going to the Charlestown captain, Matt Tull. Ready for the free kick. His body's in the box, and it looks like they might go for a bit of a cross. Scott Smith behind it. Not sure if he's going to shoot. It's a bit far out for shooting distance. He's going to though, low and hard, but Noah James picks it up, and Lubo Milicevic wasn't happy with that shot then. He's a bit slow to get back. He's telling Scott Smith instead to go back. He's going to play as a forward for now. The ball's going to come to Milicevic here. He gets a little flick over to Ferguson, I think it is. Ferguson cuts it back over. It's going to get blocked, though. It wasn't Ferguson, in fact. It was Tull. Ferguson's back walking into the box slowly. Ferguson had a big year last year for Charlestown City Blues, was their leading goal scorer. Does it mean they could have probably won Player of the Year as the ball comes crossing in, and it's found Lehman, but a great save by Noah James on the line almost. Low to his left, makes no mistakes. The young keeper keeping a clean sheet so far. Both keepers doing well. We saw a great save from Danny Allen earlier in the match. Boyika goes back to Frendo. Scott Smith had an opportunity only about 5 minutes after that great save from Danny Ireland, but didn't even make Noah James work for it. Put it wide and high. And some missed opportunities from both teams, and it's meant a scoreless first half so far, as Milicevic is going to let that one run to Danny Ireland. Knocking it down. Lehman's going to hold off Frendo here, and Frendo wins it though. Simmons keeps it. This is a Frendo. Frendo to Simmons. Nice 1-2s around Lehman there. It was a 1-2-3-4. As he gets it over to, I believe it's Goodhue out there. He finds O'Connor. O'Connor comes back on the inside. Gets it back to Frendo. Frendo looks for pass would have cut at the defence a little bit, but instead it's intercepted, and now Charlestown are on here. They got some space, gets in behind, no. Intercepted by Beecham, and he kept it in. He has kept it in. On that far side, Goodhue with it, but Charlestown regain possession again, regain control. Daniel Miners getting to Tull. Tull back to Miners, bit of space in the middle of the park for those two. Gets it to Davison. Davison now finds Saluni. Saluni can't get to it first, and Knowles gets it, but they win the throw in instead. Saluni going to go here. He's looking around, looking for an option. Gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Saluni. Saluni goes into Lewis. Lewis has still got it. But it's intercepted by Brendan Knowles now. He goes down the outside. With the ball is Jack Simmons. Jack Simmons, where he's looking for a little ball over to O'Connor. O'Connor gets a touch. Can he get another one? No, he can't. Well kept from Danny Ireland there. Waited for the mistake from O'Connor. Wasn't exactly a mistake, just a bit of a heavy touch. As Ferguson keeps the ball well, finds Miners. Miners looking for a simple ball back into Ferguson, but mistake instead, and Kent Harrison with the ball now. He's got a bit of space. He goes that way to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to cut back on the inside again and tries to get a toe over to Simmons. Deflection instead, though, and it's going to go to Ferguson, I think. No, it's Scott Smith out there. They've swapped positions momentarily. Ferguson playing at as the 9. Smith back out to the wing. Fendo's just going to get rid of that one. Puts up a bomb that lands about on halfway, and Milicevic goes a little flick over to Matt Tull, then gives it back to Lubo. Smith with the ball. Oh, trying to find Ferguson in the middle of the park, but instead finds Frendo, and Frendo tries to go back, but he knocks it straight into Petrados. Milicevic has the ball now. He's going to take him on a little bit, gets a little touch to Lewis. Lewis has a chance here, or tries to go back to Milicevic. A long shot there, another appeal for handball, and the referee says no. A bit of an argue there with the referee, but he didn't have none of it. Now Ken Harrison's got the ball down the outside, and he's going to win his side a throw-in. Notable name from the Charlestown team sheet so far is Riley McNaughton, who not playing today. He's one of those few men on the Charlestown City lineup that's scored multiple goals this season. He and Cal Lewis getting 2 for their sides. All over the far side of the screen is Petrados, and found Simmons on the inside. Simmons takes on Miners, beats Miners, keeps going, but is won there by Smart, and Smart still's got the ball, and he's going to get a nice out there to Ferguson. Ferguson down the outside, looking for a long ball. He got deflected, but finds Smith anyway. Smith is going to keep it, that left foot of his. Back to Ferguson now. There's space there, they can move the ball a bit quicker. He's going to go over to Smith. Smith is going to cross it in. Vaiki gets a bit of it. Ferguson now latches onto a volley, but it goes over the goal, over the referee's shed behind the goal and onto the road. Would have been an incredible goal if it had landed in the net, but nowhere near it in the end. There's signs and all around the field here at Lolco Oval of the Red Shield Appeal, how you can donate. You can go to the NPL Northern New South Wales Facebook page there. It has all the details about just sending a simple text, and you can donate $5 to the Red Shield Appeal there from the Salvation Army. Long ball to Lehman. He's going to chest it down. Oh, goes for a bit of an ambitious effort. Knocks it out for a goal kick instead. Score still 0-0 here at Lolco Oval, despite both teams having pretty good opportunities pretty early on in the match. Referee's looking at his watch. Can't be long left in this first half. I said both teams have had chances, but both teams haven't taken them. There's been a couple of good saves from each goalkeeper, but also some poor shooting that has let the teams down. Petrados trying to battle with Miners. He wins the battle, but can't get it past a sliding Tom Smart. As the ball now is Ferguson. Ferguson, he wins the ball. Lewis now got it. He gives it straight over to Simmons, as who Simmons now plays to Fender. When Fender goes down the line to Ken Harrison, but the linesman's going to say he was past the second last defender for Charlestown. And there is half-time. It is 0-0 here still at Lolco Oval. Both teams have had opportunities. A great one in the first half for Joseph O'Connor for the Newcastle Jets youth, but Charlestown have had their fair share as well. Scott Smith having a chance that he put high and wide. Been a few half attempts, but nothing going into the moment for either team. It's been a bit of a tense first half. They're both still at a stalemate, and plenty of action still to come in the second half. Make sure you stay tuned into Bar TV Sports here. Although it has been a tight first half, it will be a fantastic second half as well. Make sure you stay in. We'll have a quick break and we'll be back in about 10 or so minutes.
Well, there is a lot like come on. Some of that happened to me the other guy. Yeah, I didn't say him before. Same guy for the same sport. This is probably the last
Alrighty, see you next
Welcome back to Lyleco Oval here, the home of the Charlestown City Blues. It is 0-0 here between Charlestown and the Newcastle Jets youth. A pretty hard-fought first half. Few opportunities to both sides, but none have been taken. Some good goalkeeping saves, but also some pretty disappointing shots as the second half kicks off here and Scott Smith just knocks it down outside to Danny Lehman. Thank you for joining us. Or rejoining, I should say, back onto Bar TV Sports coverage here, the NPL Northern New South Wales. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q. If you're just joining us, as Lubo knocks it into the middle of the park, as substitution made as well for the Jets youth. Caleb Cox onto the field now. Just looking to see who he's taken off, but I can't see as Daniel Miners is tackled down there in the middle of the park on halfway. I think it's been Ken Harrison has come off as well. Kai Tapaldo has come on for the Jets youth. So 2 substitutions made. It's actually Petrados who has been substituted for the Jets youth for Caleb Cox, I believe. So Jets youth already making 2 of their subs. So James is taking his time there and he just knocks it down the field. Substitution to Paldo, he's got it. Going to take on Limbo Milosevic, but he sticks out the toe. He finds a free Caleb Cox though. Caleb Cox still with the ball. Chance to shoot, he does so, and a bit of a swerve on it, but Danny Island taking it with a bit of ease. Good first touch there from Caleb Cox. Only been on the field for about a minute, and he's already had a good shot on goal. Cal Lewis with the ball. He's inside the box on his right foot as a shot, but it's blocked away. He's going to regather it though. Looking to cut it back. I think it was Tom Beecham who cleared it, but cleared it straight into the foot of Goodhue. So a corner kick to come for Charlestown City. said earlier, if you were watching in the first half, the Newcastle Jets youth have won both the earlier games here today at Lifeco Oval, winning 1-0 in the under-20s and 2-1 in the 18s as the ball is cleared away from Jets youth in the box. Kieran Hayes has got the ball now. He's got a bit of space on his hands. He's going to take it up. Tom Smart backing up. Oh, and he tries to. I think he was trying to switch the play there, ducked it, but he might be able to get back onto it instead. Davison just protecting the ball, and Hayes went to the ground. It's going to be a goal kick instead. Charlestown City playing for a spot at the top of the table at the moment today. Edgeworth, they won yesterday against Valentine, but Charlestown can get a better goal difference and then it could be at the top of the table after today's games, depending on Magic's result as well, though. They're up against Maitland. You can also find on Bar TV Sports as the ball's cleared down. Danny Island getting it to Scott Smith, but he had a poor touch, and Jets Youth sees control once again, as they have done for a lot of this game already. It's quite surprising considering the usual behaviours of both sides. Usually it's the Charlestown side trying to take control of matches. Opting instead this game, though, it seems to try and get the Jets on the counter-attack as Ferguson keeps the ball well and finds his captain on the inside of the field as he then switches it across to Saluni. Saluni's going to look for someone, gets into that little corridor to Smith, finds him. He gets a little back to Saluni again, and he tried to get a touch to Tull, but lost it instead, and now the Jets are going to pose their own bit of a counter-attacking football, and it's Simmons who's away here. He's got a bit of space. Tries to flick it to Paldo. Referee's going to say that was handball. Not sure if Luvo he's arguing or he's copped it as a free kick, but nice bit of play there from Jack Simmons in the middle of the park, getting away from a couple of defenders. Probably didn't need to raise the pass, to be honest. I think he tried a little flick and he got the hand of Lubo instead, though, so chance here to the Newcastle Jets youth. Simmons is behind it with the left foot, but it's going to be Fendo who hits it instead, and he's got a great shot and a great save from Danny Island. Great all round there, great free kick that looked like it was going to maybe just nestle inside the right upright there. Right up on your screen's left for the goalkeeper, but he makes a great save, Danny Island, the experienced keeper. Short free kick now as Caleb Cox with the frizzy hair. Flicks over Fendo. Finds Tapaldo. Tapaldo, can he get a shot away? He can't. He's going to get flipped away. Danny Miners went through his legs. Hayes with the ball, tries to flick back, but instead finds no one, and Charlestown trying to break it, but instead they're just going to try and keep it, are they? No, they're going to lose it. Kieran Hayes now crosses it in. It's gone low, and another slip over there. It's been happening quite a lot already. O'Connor, it was that time going down as Lubo's going to bomb forward again. He's got one this season already. I think he wants another one. He's got a chance here. No, his referee's going to call it back. The linesman has his flag up. Discuss the great goal scoring efforts of Scott Smith so far for Charlestown. He's been their leading goal scorer, one of their leading goal scorers in the competition as well, with 7, just behind James Virgili and Caleb Bradbury. They are missing the efforts of Kane Goodchild, who has been the leading goal scorer for the last 2 seasons. Came over from Hamilton, started scoring in his first 3 games. I think he scored 1 goal, maybe a double. I think it was just 1 though, and got injured though. He hasn't been seen since round 3. Just looking down at the Newcastle Jets youth bench at the moment. Labano Halidi standing up there. You've also got Loy McKenna sitting on the bench and Daniel McBreen behind him, as well as Glenn Moss, who's also there, the Jets youth backup keeper, who played keeper for the grand final. Usual backup to Jack Duncan. It's those 4 names, pretty impressive lineup for a coaching staff to have. Who better to learn from for these Jets youth, these young up-and-coming prodigies. Another step over there from Wayne Ferguson as the ball comes in. Frendo was looking for a flick to Hayes, but they went on the same page there, and it's going to be a goal kick to Charlestown. Both teams finding their way up the middle on the outside of the park, but it's just that final ball, that bit of space they're lacking at the moment, both sides. They're getting into the positions to score, but just not being able to find those men in those positions. I'm not sure what's happening here. The referee seems like he might have pulled something in his calf, his right calf muscle. The physio's come out onto the field. Looks a little bit embarrassed, but when you do the amount of running that referees do, it's probably going to happen every now and then. And it might be a case of the 4th official getting called up here. Believe it or not, the referees can make subs too. I think we saw it happen in the Socceroos World Cup qualifier. I think it was maybe their second leg where that happened. The referee went down in the middle of the park, and 4th official had to come on. The physio just rubbing some ointment there, I think, on the back of his calf. Might have to get the magic water out and give it a bit of a spray, but it's allowed both the Jets youth and Charlestown to have a bit of a breather. Everyone's coming over to get water bottles and have a bit of a drink. Not exactly a hot day here at Whitebridge, but you're playing at the high tempo that these two teams are. You're bound to get tired. It seems like the referee's probably going to stay on, at least for the time being, and see how it goes. 4th official might have thought he might have got his chance then. It's going to be a Charlestown throw-in. Tom Smart down here on the left-hand side of your screen, just past the home bench. No one really giving him any options at the moment. He's just going to bomb it in to try and find Smith. Can't though. And Hayes was pulled back there, but the referee didn't see it, I don't think, because Smith looking for Lewis and the ball. They've kept the ball here. Steve Smith's won it back. He's still got it. It goes on his left foot. He's going to try and go through, and a bit of a miscommunication there from the Jets youth defenders, Caleb Cox and Beecham. They get rid of it instead anyway. Lehman with the ball now. He goes out to Saluni. Saluni going to come back into the middle of the field to Miners. Miners tries a little dink back over to Saluni. He chests it down inside the box. Can he get a crossover? He can, but it's blocked. It's going to be a corner kick. Kick getting taken by Matt Tull. He crosses it in. Can you find a head? He's going to find Noah James's fist. Not dealt with just yet, though, from the Jets youth. And the ball, Charlestown, I think it was Scott Smith, goes down in the box. He wanted a penalty, but the ref's going to call a free kick instead, I think, for the handball, because he landed on top of it. And the Charlestown players not very happy with that decision. As the Jets look for a long ball, but Davidson's going to see over the byline there. Lubo still contesting penalty. The penalty call that he had. There wasn't a penalty in the end. It's Danny Island now to take the goal kick. Danny Island, one of those new additions to this Charlestown side that has seen quite a few new names brought here in the off-season. Cal Lewis over there, hassling Vayeka, but does so illegally, deemed by the referee. Cal Lewis, another one of those new names. There's quite a few new names in this side, to be honest. More new than original, I guess you could say. Daniel Miners, who gets the ball, or almost got the ball. That went underneath his foot. Hayes with the ball. He gets the ball to Tapaldo. Can he get through? No, he can't. But the referee's going to say we're going to come back for a free kick. Much to Milisevic's displeasure once again. This will be the third free kick, I think, for the Jets youth. Has been around the area. The first one by Petrados went straight into the wall. The second one was... saw a great save from Danny Island, stop it going in. This one put to the side though, not sure if you'd be able to get a shot away, especially from Jack Simmons with he's taking this one on his right foot. Simmons now gets it over into the box and Danny Island gets a punch away. Ferguson, a little chip over the top, and now he's going to get it to Lewis. Lewis, let's go over his head. The referee says no advantage, we'll come back again. Milicevic, he's going to take this free kick. Another new name on the Charlestown lineup. So too is Daniel Miners in the middle of the field. So too is Tom Smart from Lake Macquarie. He spent quite a number of his years there. Smith with the ball now. Smith back to Tull. Tull will dink over the top, looking for, I think it was Saluni in behind, but I think that by Noah James. Noah James comes out to Hayes now. Hayes goes back on the inside, turns Smart there, and tries to get a ball to O'Connor, but just duffs it instead, and it's cleaned up by Davison. And Saluni has the ball. He finds Smith, and Smith turns back around onto his left boot. Tull with it now. He's going to try and get a ball through, but it's going to be too square. Not angled enough to find the running layman. O'Connor can't find Frendo out there. Found Carl Lewis instead. Charlestown just going to keep the ball. Layman with it. What can he do? Can he get a crossover? He's going to try and take on Vayeka. Vayeka got a touch to it, so he had to try and keep it in to prevent a corner. He did so successfully. It's a throw in. They take it quickly. Matt Tull with it. Matt Tull with his left foot crosses it over. Finds Reen Ferguson, who chested it down, but I think it was Beecham covering across there, and he made sure that Ferguson wasn't able to get a shot away. Corner kick to come. The captain is going to jump on the corner kick as he has done so all game for Charlestown. Matt Tull crosses it in, and it's cleared away by Beecham there. Chested down by Tapalo, the substitute. He gives it over to Simmons out there. Simmons got a bit of space. He's going to take on Miners. He does so. He beats Miners. Still going, Simmons. Gets it back now to Tapaldo. Tapaldo, poor touch though. Probably had a chance to shoot if he had got a good touch there, but didn't. And they do still have the ball though, the Jets. And now it's Goodhue with it. Goodhue's going to find the foot of Caleb Cox despite getting hit late. And the referee's going to come back for that late shot from Scott Smith. And Ferguson frustrated with that decision. They're taking the quick one, I think. Caleb Cox didn't want it to be quick, and another slide challenge from Ferguson as the ball's lost there from Fender in the middle of the park. Cal Lewis getting a ball back, and it's going to come over to Ferguson here. It's him against Goodhue. He goes to try and get it to Lewis, but a bit of a hopeful cross that one there. Probably could have taken his time there, had a bit of space. Simmons with it, and Simmons takes on Miners again, and some great football down the outside here from Hayes and Cox, and Lubo's going to come and clean it up, and he finds Tommy Smart. Tommy Smart back to Lubo Milicevic. And just some nice 1-2s here, and they lose it though. Tapaldo with it. Tapaldo finds O'Connor. O'Connor trying to find Cox, and Cox went in for a slide tackle, I think, to win the ball. Not sure if he realised that Scott Smith had got the touch and clipped him instead. Lubo was just asking if the referee was saw the clip on his shin, and the fans weren't exactly happy with that. It's cleared now down the field. No header there, but the referee's going to say that I think it was Reen Ferguson was fouled in his back as he was going for the header. As I said, Reen Ferguson had a pretty great season last year for Charlestown. He was a candidate for Player of the Year at one stage. The award that obviously went to Jalen Brown, the American import for Valentine instead. Ooh, we're going to take a shot here. Lubo to Tommy Smart. Tommy Smart crosses it in. Can it find a head? No. Finds Noah James. A bit too long there. Noah James is going to take his time with it. And then volts it out to Valleka. Valleka comes back over to his centre-back pairing of Thomas Beecham. He then knocks it long, but instead of finding a teammate, finds Tom Smart. Daniel Miners gets down the line to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Miners. Miners lets it run past him and knocks a long ball over to Lehman. Lehman going to dance around, gives it to Saluni. Some good football being played here by Charlestown now, keeping the ball. Gives it back to Matt Tull. Tull tries to find the foot of Scott Smith, but gives it to Caleb Cox instead, and ball is cleared away by Valleka. He's going to go over the sideline for a throw-in. And the first substitution being made from Charlestown City. Daniel Miners coming off. And international signing for Charlestown, Sakamoto coming onto the field in the number 16 jersey. So we go straight away to Sakamoto. He brings the ball down and wins his team a throw-in. First substitution being made there for Charlestown. Jets Youth have already made two. Both Petratos and Kent Harrison coming off as the ball is deflected from Charlestown out for a goal kick. Kent Harrison, the leading goal scorer for the Jets Youth. He scored 6 already this season. I was quite surprised to see him come off, to be honest. He looked like he was causing a bit of hassle for Charlestown defenders. Instead, Kai Tapaldo's been given a shot, who's also had a bit of a few chances as well. He's just a bit better touches. He would have had more opportunities to shoot and get at goal, but the ball goes over the top now to Simmons. Simmons lets Milicevic have it, but Milicevic just knocks it straight out into the crowd. They get a foot up though and they block it away. No casualties here in the crowd from that one. There's Frendo with it. Going to go back over to Valleka. Valleka finding the foot of Simmons. Simmons has been great today so far. Constantly getting it out of his feet and taking on defenders, but a bad mistake there from Frendo, who was, I think, Reen Ferguson, he was taken out there by Goodhue, I think it was. Neither team able to get real control over this game. And another mistake there from Daniel Lehman. A lot of mistakes in the middle of the park here. As both teams are trying to get forward. O'Connor's with it now. Goes onto his right foot. He cracks it, but it's going to go wide. Still 0-0 here at Lowell Carr. Still neither team able to find a breakthrough. They've had chances. had more so in the first half. The second half hasn't seen as many. Danny Island now knocks it down. It's going to go just over halfway. Scott Smith rises, but it's won instead by the Jets youth man there. Flicked on by Lewis. Wayne Ferguson winning the ball there. Not sure about that one. I thought that Ferguson might have been the one to get the last touch, but referee says not so. Tommy Smart with it now. He goes to the feet of Lewis. Lewis trying to keep the ball and swung. I think it was Goodhue back around there and not to the letter of the law. Jets youth getting the free kick. Very interesting matchup between these two. I mean, you look at Jets youth, obviously, says it in the name, a lot of youth in this side, a lot of inexperienced, talented youngsters. Is Wayne Ferguson with a bit of space on the left-hand side here. He's going to cross it with his left foot, is he? He's looking for it. He does so again, but it's blocked. Blocked there, but you look at Charlestown's team, and quite the opposite. Not as many youngsters in the side. They do have players like Daniel Miners, and I wouldn't say old players per se, but still not youngsters, but they're very experienced as Charlestown side. As Matt Tull crosses it into the box, and it's in the box and it's around. Sakamoto has a shot, but it's cleared about. Matt Tull, he's going to get back onto it. He's going to find Milisevic's foot, but Milicevic wasn't able to keep control of it. And Hayes now, he gets a push away. A lot of space here for Tapaldo. Tapaldo, he's got, and he's outside there. Finds him. Simmons back to Tapaldo. They've got numbers. He goes in behind to Hayes. Can he get a touch? He does, but it goes wide. They had the numbers, they had the space, but they just couldn't find the back of the net. I thought there was a much greater chance when Tapaldo and Simmons had a 2-on-1, but I think the pass to Simmons, I think, was just a little bit too slow from Tapaldo. The score still remained 0-0. Both teams having chances. Not a plethora though. Chances have been quite few, and they haven't been. There's only been a few clear-cut chances. One so to Scott Smith as Lehman now. There's a little flick over to Scott Smith, and Scott Smith I thought went to the back there, Fendo, but not so. Sakamoto with it now. He gets it over to Lewis. No, he gets it to Noah James, the goalkeeper. Yeah, he's going to take his time with it. Noah James just drops it to his feet. But as I was saying earlier on, it is an interesting matchup because this Charlestown team does have a lot of experience in the name, while the Jets youth very enthusiastic, very bright and youthful. Almost polar opposites between these two, but they're matching each other at the moment. Still in law. Sakamoto, he's got a chance now. He's in the box. He crosses a back stick to Ferguson. A chance here. Can he get a toe in? It's saved by Noah James. Cal Lewis has a shot, but it goes astray. Some chances opening up now for both sides, but neither team able to take their opportunities. Ferguson, I thought, had a bit of time on his hands to chest that down and then shoot, but I think his chested touch was a little bit too far. Gave Noah James a chance to come out and shut down the space he had. Still 0-0 here, despite both teams trying extremely hard as Lehman goes up for the header, wins it. The Jets youth get the throw in. Tommy Smart now goes down the outside. Going to get another throw in further down the pitch. Almost at halfway there, just in front of the visitors' sheds. As Smith was looking for a bit of a flick, backwards header. Missed it though as the ball was launched across the side of the field. Sakamoto getting on it to Tull. Tull can't keep it, and despite the bit of a shirt hold, Solomon Baika's got a bit of space on his hands, and a bit of a long touch. He's still got it though, does he? No, it is given away. And Luba Milicevic, he wants to get forward now with it. And he looked for Sakamoto, but instead found Fendo's foot. We've got 2 balls in the field. Charlestown keeping it now. Lehman pretty far back for his usual position. Throw in now to Charlestown. Charlestown still have 2 substitutes to use if they want to. They might need to make one to be able to find a breakthrough. Here's Ferguson, gets a cross in. It's gone back stick now to Matt Tull. Can he get a shot away? He goes for a cross, does he? Did it go for a corner kick instead? Thought he had a chance there to score again, and it seems like the trend of the day that touches just letting strikers and goal scorers, potential goal scorers down. It's Matt Tull now. He's going to cross it in, but it's going to go way behind the goal. Poor effort there, and a goal kick and a let off there for the Newcastle Jets youth. Where the experience you would think of Charlestown might start to edge the Jets, but they're still proving to be challenging and still proving to make their own opportunities as the ball is knocked down the field. Lubo's just going to snatch at it and put it up in the air. Ferguson goes for a header but misses it entirely and throw into the Jets youth. And David Tancheski, he'd be wanting his team, Charlestown team, to be taking control, a bit more control than they are. They're, as I said, a very experienced bunch. But it seems the Jets youth are just still hanging in there, still matching it with Charlestown at the moment. Simmons then gives it back to Goodhue. Goodhue, does very well there. Gets it to Simmons. Simmons does well as also. He finds a footer to Tapaldo. Tapaldo keeping the ball despite some pressure from Lubo Milicevic. Goodhue looking for a cross. Can he find O'Connor? He cannot. Danny Island gobbles it up and then throws it to Saluni out there on the right side of the field, the far side on your screens, and he goes down long to Scott Smith. He's out on near the corner flag there. Can he get a left foot cross? He does. It's headed away though by Beecham. Fendo, he's got some space on his hands in the middle of the park now. He's going to go over to Simmons. It's been very good today for the Jets youth so far. And just as I say that, he puts the ball out. The curse of the commentator, eh? Tom Smart gets it to Ferguson. He can't get a ball away, but it goes back to Smart, and Smart's going to try and get past Hayes. Can't do so, though. Just in front of that home bench. Kieran Hayes with it. Goes in the middle to Fendo. Fendo going to try and keep it from Sakamoto. He does quite well there and gets it out there now to Brendan Knowles. Knowles goes over to O'Connor there. They're going to play back to each other. Just a bit of 1-2, but he can't find O'Connor. Referee's going to pull that one back for Charlestown. And also, he's got a yellow card out, and he's going to give it to Jackson Fendo. I'm not sure what that was for. Fendo didn't actually make the challenge, didn't actually concede the foul, but must have said something to him, I believe. Bit of dissent. The third yellow card for the game now. Second Jets youth. As Lubo knocks it over to Ferguson. Ferguson's got time to chest it down, but he keeps the ball. Can he get a crossover with that left foot of his? He cuts back on the inside, bit of deflections. Can they get a touch on it? Matt Tull's going to have it. No, he's not, because the referee's going to say that's a free kick inside the box there. It's when Ferguson was trying to get it. Noah James chipping it over the top now to Goodhue there. Goodhue, good touch. But then bad pass. Jack Simmons, he can't collect the scraps from Goodhue. So Ferguson back to Scott Smith. Scott Smith going to cross it over. Smith has scored 34 goals in the past 4 seasons. Pretty great record so far. Fendo, he goes down the outside now to Hayes. Hayes goes into the Simmons. Simmons has got some space. Can he go out wide? He can. Tapalo with it. Here's a shot. Saved by Ireland. It's crossed over now by Cox. Back stick. Hayes with it, but it goes over the crossbar. Some great opportunities there for the Jets, but they can't take it. And Danny Ireland's going for a quick goal kick down the end there. And Lewis has got it and has turned back around now. Smith with the ball. Smith, he just a bit of a wayward pass in the middle of the park, but he finds Lehman instead anyway. Lehman's going to have a shot with the left foot. It's deflected off Beecham. Ferguson now crosses it in. Can it find a head? It does find a head, but it's over the crossbar from Cal Lewis. And the Jets youth are going to make their final change of the game after making 2 at half-time. Some fantastic save there by Danny Ireland on Tapaldo, I believe. Kieran Hayes is unable to get it in. It's going to be Brendan Knowles coming off. Going to get a good round of applause here by the crowd. They've had a good game out there, keeping Charlestown at bay. One in the middle there from Charlestown. Sakamoto gets the ball over to Lewis. Can Lewis get a shot away? He can, but it's going to go straight to Noah James. Chances are opening up now for both sides. But neither team are taking them. Wayward pass there. Found Sakamoto in the middle of the park with some space for Charlestown. But he goes a little bit too quick. Gets into Fendo and Caleb Cox with a good ball. It's going to go to Tapalo. Tapalo to Hayes. Can he get a shot away? He does! Back of the net, and Newcastle are into the lead. The first goal of the game, and it could be the deciding one. Kieran Hayes, the captain, steps up. A great little ball from Kai Tapaldo, and then a little toe poke to put his side into the lead, and Charlestown are shockingly behind. Will we see an upset here? Charlestown have only won 1 game from their past 4. Jets youth have lost their last 3 NPL matches, but they're suddenly in the lead here now, 1-0. Not long to go in this one. That could be the all-deciding goal. As Lubo, he's pushing forward, looking to get his team back level. He's on the throw-in here. Gives it to Cal Lewis. Cal Lewis back to Milicevic. Milicevic gets it to Tull. Back to Milicevic again. And looking for a pass. He cleans it up, does he? Lehman with it. Lehman keeps going. The ball with Ferguson. And Milicevic gave up on the play, but probably could have won the ball. They'll have a throw-in instead. Gets it to Lubo out there. Can he get a cross in? He does with his left foot. And is there a chance here? Smith. Saved by Noah James. They clean up the scraps in there. Charlestown pushing on now to try and find an equaliser. Corner kick now. Matt Tull gets it in. Can it find a Charlestown head? No, it can't. Lehman's going to get it now to Lewis. Lewis, can he get a shot away or a cross? He's going to get a cross in. It's a bit too far though. And Lubo, can he keep it in? It's still in. And it's going to be a Jets youth throw-in. No, Jets youth goal kick, in fact, actually. Wouldn't this be a fantastic victory for Jets youth if they can hold on to this lead they've worked so hard for? Noah James has made some great saves. Jets youth have probably, arguably, had the more chances than Charlestown. Could even argue deserved to be in the lead, but at the start of this game, not many would have thought that they would have been in this position. They have the lead though. Ferguson has the ball. He goes to Lubo, but he's not happy with the pass, and it's cleared away by the Jets youth. They're still going to have a chance with a throw-in down in that left bottom corner of your screens. This is where the experience of Charlestown needs to step up. Thrown by Lubo Milicevic. He gets the ball back off Ferguson there. He's going to try and take him on, is he? Going to go back now to the 19, Lehman. Lehman with a ball into the box, and it's cleared away from Beecham, but he's cleared it over the byline, so it's going to be a corner kick. Matt Toll rushes over, looking to take it. They're going to go short, though, instead. Lehman now crosses it over onto the back stick. It's going to stay in. Oh, chance there for a volley from Davison to Paldo. He can't keep the ball. Now Saluni. Saluni over the bar. Didn't really look like it was going to go in. He kind of just poked at it rather than the clear shot. And Toll's going to assist Noah James there with his positioning of the goal kick. Noah James wasn't happy with it and made some adjustments. Takes his time as well, as you would. He knocks it down as a long goal kick, this one. Somehow finds a foot again of Milicevic. He holds off Caleb Cox, but can't get it in behind to Reen Ferguson, and Beecham clears it. It's just Charlestown peppering the defence of Newcastle Jets youth at the moment as Milicevic tries a little flick over the top. And Simmons has got some space now. He's going to go long over there to the far left. Can't get a touch on that, though. He's going to take him on. Can he get a cross into Simmons? He can't. Sakamoto now going out to Cal Lewis. Lewis down the touchline to Smith. Smith probably would have been expecting to score a goal in a game like this. Milicevic, he's got space out there. Smith now back to Lubo. Lubo flicks it back inside. Gets a bit of an ugly looking pass into Tull, but Tull can't control it. Vayeka, he's going to try and take control, but the ball is just no good to Kieran Hayes. Tommy Smart gives it to Ferguson. Can the Blues find an equaliser? Lubo duffs that one, shanks it up in the air, but can Ferguson get a hold of it? He can. And he goes it back to Lubo again, and Lubo with a little dink in behind, but he'll be easily dispatched by Noah James. O'Connor gives it over there now, and a great touch over there. Can he keep it in? He cannot. The referee says, bring it back. Charlestown with the ball again, and in the last 5 minutes since the Newcastle Jets youth scored that first goal to get into the lead, it's just been all Charlestown. I'd say at least 90% in possession. Headed there from Scott Smith is put in the air by Beecham. Back to, and it gets a little touch to Lewis. Can he get control of it? He can. Can he get a shot away? Looking for a space, gets it to Lehman. Lehman goes for a shot, but it's a great save by Noah James. That is unbelievable. One of the better saves you will see. Keeping the Newcastle Jets youth in the lead. Lehman would have thought he had found a way through then, had it not been for a great diving save for Noah James, but it's not rid just yet. Matt Toll with the corner. Passes into Lubo, gets a flick on, but it's over the crossbar. Chances now coming for Charlestown, but they can't take them. Noah James having a great game so far in between the sticks. And again, Charlestown trying to help Noah James with his goal kicks. I'm not sure if they're exactly happy with the amount of time he's taking for them. As Davison makes his way back into the back line. Lubo's playing as a, I'm not sure exactly sure where he's playing at the moment, as an attacking mid, a forward, a winger. Danny Allen gives it down to Lubo, but flicked on from Ferguson to Lubo. Oh, Lehman almost got it. He Gets it back again. Oh, and a poor pass there from Lehman. Can't find Ferguson. Gets the ball in behind to Tapaldo. Can he get the ball island? He can't. A free kick. It is a free kick, and the referee's going to bring out a yellow card as well now. Charlestown players aren't happy with it. And Matt Tull's going to have some words with him, with the referee, that is, and Jets Youth taking their time with the free kick. And they're in no rush at the moment. Leading 1-0. It's a slim lead. They've done very well to be in this position, the Jets Youth. They will not want to give it up cheaply. Caleb Cox behind it. He gets it into the side there, but it's won by Ferguson. Ferguson keeps holding his wrist. You can see on the stream, he's not sure if he's done something there. Still playing though. Lubo Milicevic with the throw in. Gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson holds him off and gets it to Lubo. He tries a little back heel, not brilliant, but effective still nonetheless. Davison hooks it out right now to Saluni. Saluni gets it to Lewis. Lewis going to take him on the inside, then gives it back to Saluni. Saluni, he cuts on the inside as well. Can he get a toe into Scott Smith standing there? No, Scott Smith goes for a sliding challenge, misses it, and he's going to get himself a yellow card as well now. Some late, desperate challenges from Charlestown to try and win the ball. Charlestown still have 2 substitutes to make, though. They've only made 1. The Jets, they've used all of theirs. Lubo saying he wants the ball whipped in as the header is one there from Saluni, but it's going to fall down to Frendo. Frendo's going to go long to Hayes, but he's going to find Smart instead. Goodhue with it. Goodhue, great ball to Hayes. Hayes going to look in for, no. Thought to Paldo. Not sure if he was offside then, but nevertheless, no good came of it as Frendo gets the ball off a headed pass from O'Connor. He's going to go back to that man as well, O'Connor. This would be a massive victory for the Jets Youth. If they can somehow just hang on to the lead. Ball's gone out there, and Charlestown can't win this one. It will be their only. It would mean that they've only won 1 game from their past 5 matches. A stat that is not good when you're wanting to challenge for the top spot. There's a little dig over the top there to Captain Matt Tull. He can't get onto it though. Beecham comes across, he slips over, finds Lubo in the box. Can Lubo get a shot away? He can't. It's dispatched by Valleca. He's got some space. He just launches it with a toe poke down the field. And he's going to win himself a free kick for a late challenge. I'm not sure who made it on him, but then here comes a substitution for Charlestown. It's going to be one of their most recent additions, Aiden Gardner, in the number 18 jersey, coming off for Riley, or Reen Ferguson, I should say. Sorry, not Riley Ferguson. Aiden Gardner, former Edgeworth Eagles player, signed with Valentine at the start of the year. Only played, I think, a few games though. It was a nice little 1-2 here from the Jets. Kieran Hayes gets a cross in. It's headed away though from Davison. Lehman with the ball now. Lehman's going to take on Simmons. Finds Lubo. Lubo gets it to Scott Smith and he holds him off. He's going to keep, is he? No, he's not. Caleb Cox trying to get a ball over Gardner's head. Couldn't know, and Lehman's going to keep it. A little chip to Tull, and Tull's going for a pass Lehman, giving it to Simmons instead. Hayes with a little nutmeg. And a sliding challenge from Davison. He's very eager to get forward once again. But shanks a pass. Past the pitch here at Lowell Carr, maybe not holding up to the standards that they would like. After the 2 games previously, Milicevic thought he probably should deserve a half-foot call there, but Tom Smart with it now. He goes wide to Gardner. Gardner's looking for a ball, looks for a little ball in behind. Finds Scott Smith, with the right foot, is going to go wide and high. He hasn't had the best of days in front of goal Scott Smith had a chance in the first half, but went high and wide. Another chance there again. Charlestown sending multiple bodies forward. You can see already there's 3 forward for the goal kick. Can Gardner win it? He does. He's going to get back in the middle again. Tommy Smart tries to clear it, but just shanks it instead. Frendo with it. Frendo gets it back into Simmons. Simmons has a lot of space on his hands now. What's he going to do with it? He's going to go wide. A sliding challenge from Tommy Smart, though, and he gets himself a yellow card as well. A few of these challenges happening now from Charlestown. Some late challenges after the Jets youth have kicked the ball. Danny Allen organising his wall. A goal here from the free kick would definitely seal the game, you would think. Caleb Cox is behind it, being told to put the ball down and get the game going again. Not sure if he's going to take it or if Jack Simmons will. It looks like Caleb Cox is going to take it. He's just taking his time, Cox. Can he trouble Island in goals? Hits it, and it's just going to go over the crossbar. Charlestown desperate at the moment, as you see by some of their challenges, desperate to get back to level. A loss here would mean that they would stay in 3rd place. They would be 3 points off Edgeworth. Depending on the result over at Magic and Maitland, if Magic win that one, they'll be 3 points off Magic as well from the top spot. And some illegal play happening over there in the far corner on your screens from Charlestown, leading to a free kick for Jets Youth. Next week, Jets Youth there. They're against the inform Rosebuds, Adamstown Rosebuds. Free kick there to Charlestown. For them, big chance there against the Rosebuds. If they can hang on to a victory here, they'll only be a few points outside the top 4. Wouldn't that be great to see them firing back again in the NPL? Tommy Smart loses the ball, then he swings out of him. He might be getting a card later, but Simmons has got some space here. Simmons, he's going to go to Tapaldo. He's got a chance here. Tapaldo shoots, hits the post. Comes back to Cox. He goes to, I think it's Simmons there. Where's Simmons going to go? He might just go to the corner. He's going to hold off Davison. He is going to go to the corner. He's going to hold off Davison. Davison's going to try and... He's got hands in his back there, and that is a bad challenge. Goes into his back. He's most definitely going to get a card, you would think, for that challenge. Not sure the referee's going to, though. No, instead he's going to call full time. And the Jets need to pull off a remarkable victory. A great 1-0 win over the Charlestown City Blues. A late goal coming to the captain, Kieran Hayes. And the Charlestown City Blues, they will be very disappointed and upset with that result. Only 1 win from their past 5 matches now. They had the chances to win, but Jets Youth too good in the end. The youth getting over the experienced side. A fantastic game here at Lyle Carr Oval. Incredible last 10-15 minutes. Very anxious for Newcastle Jets Youth fans and Charlestown fans to see if they could get back in it. They couldn't, though, and the Jets Youth get a fantastic win. They will see them move up the table under 13 points. Charlestown, they'll have to remain in 3rd, though, on 19, and any chance of them being at the top of the table by the end of the round is gone with that defeat. They shake hands there. The two sides, Lloyd McKenna trying to shake hands with Lubo Milicevic, but not happening. Noah James behind him there as well. He had a fantastic game today, Noah James. Probably a mention for man of the match, if you would. Made some great saves there, especially one late on to Lehman But nonetheless, a fantastic victory for the Newcastle Jets Youth. Put off a massive upset here at Lyle Oval. A 1-0 win that sees them move up the table. Thank you for joining us here today on Bar TV Sports. We appreciate your viewership as the Jets Youth get clapped by their loyal fans. But thank you for joining us here today on Bar TV Sports. Remember to like Bar TV Sports on Facebook and the NPL Northern New South Wales to see all the future matches and past matches as well from the 2018 season. But until next week, I have been Quentin Connors. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week.